Hey, it's Connie again from Prosperity Finance. I hope you're doing well. Now, in the last video, I shared with you about 5 tips how to maximize your home loan application outcome during the COVID-19 lockdown. Today, I'm going to share with you the other 5. So, just a quick recap what we discussed last time. Now, the first 5 tips is you need to have a stable income or your income has recovered from COVID-19 impact. And number 2, if you have existing rental, please make sure you can show your rental income on your bank statements and make sure that you have your tenants in your rental property. Number 3, if you have a borders, please also show the border income on your bank transfers rather than taking cash. Number 4, watch out your living expenses. Make sure you spend reasonably, because if you spend too much, the bank will punish you by lower your borrowing capacity. And number 5, if you have existing home loan, watch out your existing home loan detail. It may make sense to break your loan and refix at lower rates to help you borrow more for the future. Today, I'm going to share with you the other 5. So number 6 is if you have a high credit card limits, it will lower your borrowing capacity. Now, credit card limits can be increased over time, especially if you have a good credit history. Bank love those customers. They proactively come to you, write you a letter and say, would you like to increase it by another 3,000? And you probably, feel proud about that because you have a good, credit history, and you probably say, yep, why not? It will cover your holiday as spending it as well. So why not? Well, it does matter if you want to borrow money, especially if you don't really if you really want to max out your borrowing capacity and you're not really using your credit card to the maximum. Then best to keep your credit card limits at a reasonable level. The lower the credit card limits, the better, to be honest. And if you do have to travel in the future and you want that particular month to have a high limits, you can temporarily increase your credit card limits. It's not a big deal. So credit card limits do have an impact on your borrowing capacity. Now, number 7 is if you are first home buyers, if you can have a 20% deposit, please say you have 20% deposits. That's because after COVID-19 lockdown, banks are really concerned about lending at high LVR. So LVR is loan-to-value ratio. If you borrow $800K and to buy $1 million house, the LVR loan-to-value ratio is 80%. If you borrow more than 80%, bank would concern because the property market, the value can go down and your income can be unstable in the current environments. So they don't really want to lend you. They have limited appetite in that space. And a lot of banks only give that opportunity to their own customer, i.e. your salary or wages get paid to that bank. That's how they qualify their own customers. And they will lend you less now than before COVID-19 because they tighten up their policy. So if you can have 20%, not everyone can, but if you can have a 20% deposit, please do provide 20%. Can be gifted, can be saving, and from Kiwi Saver, First Home Grant, etc. So bank accept these forms of deposit. Number 8 is if you have existing property, you're looking to buy another property as your new home or rental property, make sure your property equity is in the right bank. Now, your equity probably is the same no matter which bank holds your rental, your property, your current property. However, not all the banks are equal in terms of lending capacity. Now, if your equity stay in the bank where the bank can't lend you too much, but the other bank can, but they don't have equity in place. So they will ask you for 20% deposit or you have to move the equity. But you're probably in the middle of a fixed term interest rates, and to take your equity from one bank to the other probably would cost you a lot of money. So make sure that you plan in advance and understand which bank is the best bank to hold your equity and put your equity there at the time that allows to minimize the cost. So that's number 8. Number 9 is make sure you don't have big personal loans. Personal include consumer loans that you buy appliances, big items, cars. Personal loan in the bank's eyes indicates that you spend more than you earn. And if that's the case, high risk of not repay the home loan because you just spent too much, right? And I understand sometimes it's just some promotions from personal loan lenders for zero interest rate, etc. A lot of people take personal loan just because it's lower interest rates or zero interest rates. So it make perfect sense. But there's no guarantee that you would repay entirely by the time that the free interest term expire. So best not to have a personal loan or minimize your personal loan if you want to borrow for home loan with the banks. And lastly, it's about watch out your account conduct. What I mean by that is try not to have unarranged overdraft. You might have a direct debit just went through and caused an unauthorized overdraft. It's okay, and then it happen, from time to time, and it even happened to me. However, in the bank's eyes, that means you probably don't have enough money to cover your spending, similar to personal loan. So make sure before you apply for home loan, your account conduct is crystal clear, and there's nothing, there's no any weakness in your transaction behavior, etc. And also, what I mean by conduct is best not to have a casino transactions. Now, occasionally you can have entertainment at casino, that's fine, but not just before you submit your application, because the bank may perceive that you do gamble sometimes, and as you know, you can lose a lot of money as a result. So there will be associated risk. So if you are about to apply for your home loan, make sure you don't visit casino. Okay. So today I just share with you the other 5 tips on how to maximize your home loan approval outcome. So plus the other 5, I hope you find them useful. If your family and friends are also in the stage, they wanting to apply for home loan, please do share this video with them so that they can benefit from that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.